Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as reminded, I have only 2 minutes, so I will stand on the existing protocol. But permit me to recognize the chairman of the Inter-Party Advisory Council, Mr. Antali, and thank you very much for inviting all of us. For the first time, almost all the Ipac chairmen have been invited to this particular program, and that is a kudos to you. Congratulations and thank you so much. And the panel of the panelists here, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of history. 5 political parties sat down and worked for 18 months to develop the code of conduct of the Inter-Party Advisory Council. Nobody was given any single money. Those political parties were the NCP, the BNPP represented by Professor Nnaji, PDP, and then PSP, then MRDD. Professor Nnaji is the first pioneering chairman of the Inter-Party Advisory Council, and my humble self, the secretary of the Inter-Party Advisory Council. The major reason why Ipac was formed was this. We struggled as a political party, with all due respect to the civil society groups. They've already taken over the space of the political parties. So we were struggling to get the integrity and the relevance of the political party. And that was the reason why Ipac was formed. And as we moved along, we were able to gain that respect and integrity. When we now put INEC under due pressure, because normally when we meet at a meeting, INEC will only speak and then they close shop. But we insisted that the voice of the political party must be listened to. And that was when immediately after the IPAC chairman INEC chairman has spoken, the next person that will speak on behalf of the political party is the Inter-Party Advisory Council chairman. One great achievement. Interestingly also, we got an institution, the first institution in the whole of Africa, under the UNDP, and I must also mention that the pioneering people who really midwifed the IPAC in history were the IRI, that is the Institute of Republic Institute. And then we got UNDP, who supported us to have a political institute in NIPS. That political institute is there. We've been able to train chairmen, secretaries, political parties leaders, every leader of the political party down to the local government who have been trained at NIPS. Another achievement of IPAC. But then, ladies and gentlemen, it is very important to note that the whole idea about the IPAC was a code of conduct. The code of conduct was built around the fact that we want to have integrity as political parties. They've called us people who don't have integrity, that we see our brothers and sisters that were in terms of leadership of the political party. They call us all kinds of names. So we decided that the code of conduct must shape our behavior, how we do things, how we communicate with each other, so that we can get the best of us ruling some of us. This was achieved. But the problem of the code of conduct is that it likes bites. It cannot enforce. So therefore, I use this opportunity to call on those who can midwife this particular code of conduct to have a bite. Let it be enforceable. So that by the time in which you can adjudicate on matters internally, just as Professor has said, we will be able to take decisive positions and get the lead as political parties in our electoral system. Interestingly, today in our politics, if you are running for election, you must provide for electoral officers. You don't call it a name, it's a bribe, or whatever you want to call it is there. You must provide for thugs. You must provide for pen writers who will change the narrative. You must provide for the judiciary. Then at the end of it all, you provide for a political party. So obviously, at the end of it all, you are not only contesting or selling ideas to the public, you are actually dealing with these 5 cardinal points. If you don't put them in place, you can hardly win election in Nigeria. And we cannot continue in that regard. So finally, my position is this. We should give a legal bite now that IPAC is already saddled with this responsibility. IPAC should go further. Demand for electoral reform. The electoral reform, please, should be on the issue of making the code of conduct have a bite so that we can deal with ourselves. Let's control our territory. Not give food for the judiciary to eat. Let us control our own territory. Then finally, please, we must balkanize INEC. Go back to Justice Mohammed Uwais' report. Balkanize INEC to 3. Electoral Management Commission to deal with only elections. Then secondly, Enforcement Commission, which will deal with all kinds of litigation that we have. Then finally, the Deletion Commission. Possibly, we can start getting it right. Thank you very much for listening.